Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, sit a while for we are playing some more NHL21 franchise with my 100% accurate rosters. Alright, so November was pretty kind to us. We have a pretty good record. I don't think many people would have predicted that in November or December 1st rather, we would be 16-8-2. So we are doing pretty good on that front. Our best player is Dadonov, so nice pickup by Pierre Dorion. Not me, I didn't pick him up. I have only picked up one player so far, which was Julius Onka off of waivers. I don't see a need to make a trade at the moment. So Dadonov has 30 points in 26 games, including 17 goals, so he's having a pretty good year. And then Chris Tierney has 29. So Brady Tkachuk is having a little bit of a down season here. He's going to need to pick it up. Good news is, near the end of November, he started to get a few more points and a few more goals. So that might be happening there. Now let's go ahead and take a look at who's the best in the league. Is it still Patrick Kane? No, it is Steven Stamkos and Jack Eichel. Alright, 35 points each, so I don't have a problem with that. Those are pretty reasonable players to be atop the standings for most points, except maybe Stamkos gets hurt a lot, so he hasn't been injured yet. Then Taylor Hall, Philip Forsberg. Oh, Dadonov is right there with 30 points. Nice. Alright, so prior to shooting the video, I also checked at, everything so that I know a little bit where I'm going, and it appears that I was wrong. So I said that usually the progress reports, you only see progress starting in December. Well, I guess technically we're December 1st, so I don't know, but we did get some players that saw some improvement, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at that here, because it's very important as the Sens. We need for our youth to get better. So Colin White got 4 points, but he did not increase his overall, so he's still 81. So Colin White got points in offensive awareness, slap shot, wrist shot power, and defensive awareness. Right, and then Eric Brandstrom got 11 points, and he did get an increase in his overall. So he got points in discipline, poise, shot blocking, stick checking, acceleration, agility, balance, speed, aggressiveness, body checking, strength, and that's it. Alright, then I think there's one more here on the main roster. Yep, and it is Philip Schlappick, got 2 points. Did not increase his overall though, and he increased his slapshot and wrist shot accuracy. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to go all the way back out. Then in the system we have a few more players that did also increase their stats. Alright, so Vitaly Abramov got a single point increase in discipline. No overall change. Logan Brown got 9 points, but no change as well. So decking and eye, passing, puck control, offensive awareness, slap shot accuracy, wrist shot accuracy, and defensive awareness, and fighting skill. Yeah, because he's a big fighter. He is not. Alright, and then 4 points for Baudin. Did not increase his overall. Oh, all here, decking and eye, passing, and puck control. And then finally Davidson got 7 points. Discipline, shot blocking, stick checking, aggressiveness, body checking, durability, strength, and that's it. Alright, so that's it for our players here. Nobody else got points. Points increase, I mean, for their attributes. Right, and then over here, that's pretty easy. There were no trades in November, so that makes it easy, and just a handful of signings. Adam McQuaid signed in Arizona, Linus Nassen signed in Pittsburgh, Tim Schaller signed in Buffalo, Slater Kukuk signed in Philadelphia, Chris Terry in Minnesota, and Michael Stone in Florida. Florida needs maybe some help on D because they are not having a very good year. Those are all one-year contracts. So that's it. So we're gonna go ahead and start simming. So today the magic score for me to jump in and play is gonna be if we are down 2-0 heading into the third, I will go ahead and take over. Alright, so first on the menu here, we are going to be hosting the San Jose Sharks. So the Sharks are doing maybe a little bit better than we are expecting, especially since last year they didn't do all that great in real life. So they are currently 13-10-3. Let's go ahead and see if they have any injuries. We still have Connor Brown that's playing through injury, and that's it. And San Jose has Erik Karlsson that's out, so Erik Karlsson does not get to play against his former team today. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here in December. Of course, go Sens go. We want to win games. Alright, so it looks like we're up 2-1 after 1 here. So Dadonov scored. He's still on a hot streak. Looks like the Sharks have Dubnyk in net. And then Thomas Chabot scored as well. And then Evander Kane scored for the Sharks. So it's 2-1 Ottawa after 1. 3-1 Ottawa after 2. Connor Brown scored on the power play despite his injury. And we are heading into the third period with a 2-goal lead. And the Sharks did score once, but they couldn't tie the game. Nieto scored. And we have a 3-2 win here for the Sens. Pretty good. Alright, so Dadonov scored, assisted by Colin White, then Chabot from Batterson and Anisimov, and finally Connor Brown from Dadonov. So a goal and an assist for Dadonov, who continues to be over a point per game. Alright, so we have a few days off here before we play in Montreal, so it's going to be a home-and-home against them with a day off in between. So let's sim before we head into the game at the Bell Center. Alright, so let's see if Montreal has some injuries. Alright, so Connor Brown is fully healed now. And Montreal doesn't have Josh Anderson for this game, so Montreal fans are going to be sad. Hopefully for them it's not a very severe injury. A lot of Montreal fans are expecting Josh Anderson to score 30 or 40 goals like it's nothing. I've read it multiple times. That remains to be seen. Alright, so we are going to sim. Again, if I am down 2-0 and heading into the third, I will go ahead and play myself. Well, we are up 2-0 after 1 here. So Philip Schlappick scored on Carey Price, and then Artem Anisimov scored on Carey Price as well. So the Sens are up 2-0 after 1. We're up 2-0 after 2. So it's the reverse of the score where I will jump in to play. And we are heading into the third period with a 2-goal lead. And we won by 2, except we won 3-1. So Brady Tkachuk scored on Carey Price, made it 3-0, and then Philippe Danault scored on the power play with 2:11 left to go into the third period, but it was too little too late for Montreal, and Ottawa take the first game of that rivalry. Alright, so Philip Schlappick scored his 5th from Dadonov, and then Anisimov scored his 5th as well from Dadonov and Chris Tierney. So Dadonov again with a good game, and then Brady Tkachuk scored from Colin White. So yeah, Dadonov is on the tier right now, which is good for us if we want to make the playoffs. Alright, so now we are going to go ahead and sim all the way to the next game against Montreal, the second of the home and home, with a day off in between. Let's go ahead and sim all the way here. Oh, trade offer. Alright, so you want Cole Reinhardt, my second and my third for your second and your third. So basically you want to flip our picks. Oh no, okay. You want one of my pick in 2021 and then one of my picks in 2022 for 2 of your picks in 2022. No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Central Scouting has released their latest set of draft rankings. See them? Yeah, I don't care about that early into the season. Alright, so Montreal is now in town. Montreal is now 15-11-2 after losing against us. Let's see if we injured more of their players. Nope, Josh Anderson still pending evaluation. How many days does it take to figure out what he has? Alright, so now we're back at home playing Montreal again. Alright, let's see what we have. Alright, so we're tied at 1 after 1 this time. So Tyler Toffoli scored first on Matt Murray. And then Philipp Schlepik scored on Carey Price to tie the game up. Tied at 2 after 2. So Ryan Poehling scored for Montreal, and then Artem Zub scored for us. So we are tied at 2 after 2, heading into the third period. We're tied at 5. Wow, okay, so little jump in goals here. So Kotkaniemi scored for Montreal, and then Dadonov tied the game. And then Thomas Tatar gave Montreal the lead again, and then Formenton tied the game, and then Colin White gave us the first lead of the game, but with 15 seconds left to go in the third period, Thomas Tatar tied the game. So we are all tied up at 5, heading into overtime. Nobody scored in overtime. We are heading to the shootout. And we lost. So Galchenyuk scored, and Toffoli scored, and Connor Brown scored. Wait, does it go this way instead? Yeah, I guess. I don't know which way it goes. It makes no sense. But they have one more goal than us. Oh, I guess they don't show maybe the misses. Maybe that's why. Okay. Alright, so we did lose. We get a point, but we did lose against Montreal. I'm never too happy about that. Alright, so Philipp Schlepik scored from Thomas Chabot. Then Zub scored his 5th from Galchenyuk and Connor Brown. Dadonov from Brady Tkachuk and Thomas Chabot. Formenton from Schlepik. Colin White scored his 10th from Brady Tkachuk and Dadonov. So Dadonov again with a good... Dadonov again with a good game. Alright. So we lost 6-5 in the shootout here. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and sim until the next game. We are going to be playing here against Pittsburgh in 2 days at home. So we're going to have 2 games in 2 nights at home. Against 2 pretty tough teams, Pittsburgh and Boston. So that's going to be a good test here to see how we fare. One thing I forgot to do is to come here and see if people want to talk to me. I guess not. I think maybe they would tell me. In the past they used to. Alright, so... Right, we are about to play Pittsburgh. Let's see if they have any injuries. Nope. We are playing a fully healthy Pittsburgh squad. So let's go ahead and sim that here, see what's going to happen. Oh, we're down 3-0 after 1. That's not good. Alright, so Kasperi Kapanen scored the first goal, then Tanev, and then Kapanen again. So it's not even like Crosby that's killing us. Well, maybe on the assists, but not on the goals. So we're down 3-0 after 1. Oof, we're down 5-0 after 2. That's not good. So Malkin scored, and then McCann scored as well. 5-0 Pittsburgh after 2. 7-0. Wow, that's we got our asses handed to us here. And then Crosby scored, and Evan Rodriguez scored as well. So yeah, that's a game to forget here. We're just gonna click on continue. We didn't even score a goal. All right. Does anybody on my coaching staff wants to talk? Yeah, we're good, we're good. You currently have no concerns. Mr. Pierre Trudeau is our first or head coach. Alright, we're gonna... Oops, sorry. We're gonna go ahead and sim. Alright, so we are about to face Boston. They are 17-10-2, so very similar record to us. Let's go ahead and take a look at injuries. Oh, we have Artem Anisimov that's hurt. We're going to go ahead and wait and see how long he's going to be out for, and then I might recall somebody. And we are playing Boston. Let's see. Ooh. They're playable injuries, but Tukarask is hurt and Jake DeBrusk is hurt as well. Those are playable injuries, so they might be in the lineup. Should I recall somebody right now? No, I'll wait. They probably have figured it out without me. Yeah. Oh, they already have recalled Metsupeka. Or did they? Alright, let's go ahead and let's play the next game against Boston. Alright, so we are going to sim. Alright, we are up 2-1 after 1, so we have Drake Batterson that scored on the power play, and it's Tukarask in the net. And Godbranson scored to give us a 2-0 lead, but then David Krejci scored on Matt Murray, so it's 2-1 Sens after 1. It is 4-1 Sens after 2. Austin Watson scored a rare goal for him this season, and then Alex Galchenyuk also scored to give us a 3-goal lead heading into the third period. And we won 5-1 with Austin Watson scoring his second goal of the game here in the third period. Alright, pretty good victory here. Let's go ahead and look at... So Drake Batterson scored his 5th from Colin White and Chris Tierney. Then Godbranson scored from Schlappick. Then Austin Watson from Eric Brandstrom. Galchenyuk from Tierney and Chabot. And finally, Austin Watson from Rudolph Balcers. Alright, so back in the winning column, we lost 2 games in a row, so now we're back to winning. Alright, so we are going to sim until the Nashville game. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be on the road a little bit here. So we're going to be in Nashville, and then we're going to go in Detroit, and then in Montreal. So... yeah, Nashville is struggling a little bit. They are 14-15-1, so not even playing for 500 over there. Right, so Anisimov has a strained hamstring. He is going to be returning on December 20th, which is in like 9 days. Okay. And Nashville, oh, they have quite a few injuries. So Nick Cousins is hurt. He's not going to play. Mark Borowiecki, former Ottawa Senator, has an injured shoulder. He might play. That's a playable injury. And then Jussi Saros is hurt with a torn hamstring. Not going to play until January. Alright. So Nashville not spared by injuries. Let's see if we can capitalize on that and get another victory here. Oh, we're down 3-0 after 1. That's not good. I guess the boys went out to party a little too much in Nashville the night before. Alright, so Jan Kruk scored, Sisson scored, and Matt Duchesne, former Ottawa Senator, scored 3-0 Nashville after 1. That's not good. Oh, we came back here into the second period, made a game out of it. We are now, we scored twice, so we are now down 3-2. Godbranson scored, and then Connor Brown scored both against Pecorine. And heading into the third period, oh, both teams scored, so we lost 4-3. Fabro made it 4-2, and then Brady Tkachuk scored to put us back to within one, but we just couldn't tie the game. We also got dominated in shots in that one, so that wasn't our game. That happens. Bad game here in Nashville. Alright, so Gottbranson scored from Pekka and Schlappick, and then Connor Brown scored his 5th from Dadonov. And then Brady Tkachuk scored his 5th from Dadonov and Shabbat. So Dadonov is our all-star, that's for sure. Alright, so now we have a couple days off, and we're gonna head into Detroit to play against the Red Wings. Alright, so Red Wings are 9, 18, and 5, so they are struggling pretty mightily. Oh, now we have another injury. We have Nikita Zaitsev that's hurt. Alright, so Anisimov is hurt, Zaitsev. So what's going on with my Russians here? They are being hurt. And we are playing against Detroit. Alright, so Detroit has John Merrill that's hurt, so he's not gonna play that game. Now, do I have to recall somebody? Nope, wrong button. I mix them up sometimes. It happens. So I want to go to edit lines, and I want to see what the coach did here. Okay, Shabbat with Zoo, Brandstrom with Riley, Walanen with Gottbranson. Did somebody get called up? No. Alright, so we're gonna stay like that for now. I don't really need to call anybody at the moment. That might change. So we are going to play the Wings. Okay. So we have another 2 games in 2 nights. We're playing in Detroit tonight and then in Montreal tomorrow. So we're going to play Montreal for the 3rd time this month already. Alright, so we did get 3 out of 4 points against them so far, so not too bad. Alright, but first it's Detroit. Alright, so we are up 2-1 here after 1. So Darren Elm scored the first goal of the game, but then we scored twice. Drake Batterson scored, and then Colin White scored on the power play. So we are up 2-1 after 1. Oh, the Wings tied the game here in the second period, tied at 2. Tyler Bertuzzi scored on Matt Murray, and it is tied at 2. Heading into the 3rd period. Oh, we took the game here. We won 5-3. So Matthew Pekka scored, made it 3-2 for us. Then Vladislav Nemesnikov scored for Detroit, made it 3-3, and then we scored twice. Dadonov, who else, with the game winner on the power play, and then Matthew Pekka with another goal in that game, and we won 5-3. All right, let's see. Right, so Batterson scored from Gottbranson and Shabbat, and then Colin White from Brandstrom. Matthew Pekka from Thomas Shabbat. Dadonov scored his 20th from Eric Brandstrom, and Matthew Pekka from Brandstrom again, and Formanton. So Brandstrom had 3 assists in that game. That's pretty good. We want to see him develop. I have high hopes for him in real life. He should become pretty good. Alright, so now we are going to be in Montreal. So the Abs are now 17, 13, and 2. Let's see if they have more injuries since last time we played them. Alright, so we have Anisimov and then Zaitsev has an injured arm, and that's going to be healed in 3 days. We finally figured out what he had. It was an arm injury. And then Montreal... Oh! Well, Josh Anderson has completely healed from whatever it is that he had. They have no injuries in Montreal. They are going with a full healthy squad. Alright. Oh, we are down 2-0 after 1. That's not good. So Tyler Toffoli scored, and then Jeff Petrie scored. We have Anders Nilsson in net for that one. So if the score remains the same after 2, I have to jump in. Oh, it didn't. We're now losing 4-2. Alright, so Thomas Chabot scored on Carey Price, made it 2-1. Then Arturi Lekanen scored for Montreal, made it 3-1. Thomas Chabot scored again, made it 3-2. And then Josh Anderson scored, made it 4-2 Montreal after 2. And Montreal scored 2 more goals in the third period, and we lost 6-2. So Nick Suzuki scored both goals in the third period here. Alright, so Montreal gave it to us. Yeah, let's come here, take a look at the goals. Alright, so Thomas Chabot from Chris Tierney and Alex Galchenyuk. Then Thomas Chabot scored his 10th from Colin White and Dadanov, and that was it for us. Of course, Montreal scored a lot of points, a lot of goals, but I'm not gonna look at those. Alright, now we have 1 day off before we host Nashville, so we just played them, and then we're gonna host them here. So let's go here. Alright, so now Nashville is playing for 500. They are 16-16-1. Right, so Anisimov may play. He has a playable injury now. As far as Nashville goes, yeah, they still have Nick Cousins and UC Saros out, so those two not gonna be there. Alright. No score after 1 here, so we are heading into the second period with nobody on the board. Oh, we're tied at 2 for a second. I thought I would get to play, but we are tied at 2. So Chris Tierney scored first. That was a power play goal. Then Rocco Grimaldi scored on Matt Murray, so that was tied at 1. Then Anisimov gave us the lead back, but then Colin Wilson scored for Nashville, and now it's tied at 2 heading into the third period. Nobody scored in the third. We are going to overtime, so we are assured at least 1 point. Nashville scored in overtime. That was Brad Richardson, actually, who scored. So 3-2 Nashville in overtime. We get a point out of that, so we're not doing as good in December as we did in November. We really had a kick-ass November. We're still kind of surfing on that, but we're definitely struggling a little bit more here. Alright, so Chris Tierney scored his 15th from Connor Brown and Anisimov, and then Anisimov from Batterson and Chabot, and that's our 2 goals in that game. Alright, so we have 3 days off before we play another back-to-back, this time in New Jersey and then back home against the Caps. So let's have our players rest for a couple days. Alright, so we're going to be playing in New Jersey. The Devils are 15-16-2, so not doing all that great over there. Let's take a look at healthy players. So we are fully healthy, finally. What about the Devils? Oh, no. They have 3 guys that are not going to play that game. So PK Subban, he's out. Mackenzie Blackwood, their goaltender, is out with an MCL sprain. And then Pavel Zacha has a separated shoulder. He's not coming back until mid-March. Wow, so Zacha is going to be out for a while. Alright, well, injuries are part of the game. Alright, so on the road, real quick here against New Jersey. We are tied at 1 after 1, so Andreas Janssen scored for New Jersey, and then Alex Galchenyuk scored for us. So tied at 1 after 1 here. Ooh. New Jersey had a lot of shots. I don't like that. Ooh, we're down 2-1 here after 2. Kyle Palmieri scored for New Jersey. Down 2-1 heading into the third period. Oh, we tied it. Who's the hero? Eric Brandstrom scored on the power play about midway into the third period to send us to overtime. Alright. We lost in overtime again. Ryan Murray scored on Matt Murray. And that is a 3-2 loss in overtime. We do get a point, but I prefer to win. Go figure. Alright, so Galchenyuk scored from Tierney and Brown, and then Eric Brandstrom scored from Tierney and Brown. Alright. Alright, and then we play tomorrow back at home against the Caps. Alright, so Washington is 18-11-5. But they must have been struggling at the start of the season because they are 8-2 in the last 10 games. So in our last 10, we are 4-3-3. Alright. Oh, Colin White is now hurt. Oh, that's not good. Alright, what about Washington? Oh, they are fully healthy. Okay. Alright. Oh, Washington is up 2-0 after 1. So John Carlson scored, and we have Anders Nilsson in net. Then Dmitry Orlov scored. So 2 defensemen for Washington scored, made it 2-0. If that score holds after the second period, I am jumping in. We did score a goal, sorry. In the second period, Chris Tierney scored, so it's 2-1 Washington after 2. And Washington scored one more goal in the third period. John Carlson again, and that's it. We lost 3-1. Ugh. Not a great month of December, that's for sure. Chris Tierney from Brady Tkachuk and Yevgeny Dadonov. All right. All right, now we have quite a break here after around the holidays. Yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days off until we host the Islanders. Or, oh no, it's gonna be against the Islanders in New York. Okay. Alright, so Colin White might have time to recover. Calgary's placing Byron Freeze on waivers. Would like to claim him. I would not like to claim him. Oh. Okay, so you want to trade me Evander Kane and Marcus Sorensen for my second round draft pick this year and my second round draft pick next year. Now, Evander Kane is an interesting player, but he might be a little too old for what I want to do here. He's also paid a lot of money. Alright, he does have 32 points in 35 games. He's 29. Yeah, that's just on the... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do this trade. I have 47 contracts. That would be picking up 2 more contracts. I'm going to go ahead and say no. It's tempting. I will say this. It is tempting. But that's a long contract. And if he was a few years younger, Evander Kane, I would probably make the trade. But not at 29 years old. I had to think about it a little bit. All right, so again, two games in 2 nights. All right, so we have 3 games left here in December. So we are playing at the Islanders right now. They are 19, 14, and 2, so, you know, not too bad. Is Colin White feeling better? Oh no, post-concussion syndrome. He's not coming back until the end of February, so I'm probably gonna recall somebody here. Or maybe not. I have players that can play right now. Alright, and the Islanders have Anders Lee that's hurt with a broken leg. Ooh, he's out until March 1st. Alright. So 2 good players on each team, well, 1 good player on each team are hurt. Alright, so yeah, we need to win here. We haven't been doing all that great lately. Oh, Islanders are up 1-0 after 1. Cal Clutterbuck scored on Anders Nilsson. Alright. If the Islanders take a 2-0 lead into the second period, I get to play. Oh, yeah, that's a 5-0 lead, so forget about it. Alright, so Leo Komarov scored. Michael Dalcol scored. Casey Cizikas scored. And Josh Osang scored. 5-0 Islanders after 2. That's not good. And we lost 6-1. Dadonov put us on the board just to say that Varlamov wouldn't get a shutout. But we lost that 6-1, so not a good display here. Especially after a long break like that, we should have been pretty pumped. Alright, so the Dadonov goal was assisted by Tkachuk and Tierney. Minnesota is placing Matt Bartkowski on waivers. Yeah, I'm not going to pick him up. Alright. So now Washington is in town. They are 19, 12, and 5. We are struggling something fierce. Yeah, they are still healthy too, so who knows what's going to happen here. Alright, so come on guys, we need a win. Alright, we are up 2-0 after 1. That's good. So Dadonov scored on the power play on Samsonov. Then Alex Galchenyuk also scored on the power play on Samsonov. So we are up 2-0 here after 1. Ooh, the Caps are giving it to us. So we're now up 3-2 after 2. Ovechkin scored on Matt Murray, then Chris Tierney scored, and then TJ Oshie scored. So 3-2 here heading into the third period. And we allowed 4 goals into the third period, and we lost 6-3. So Dmitry Orlov scored, Daniel Sprong scored, Michael Kepney scored, and TJ Oshie also scored, all in the third period. So yeah, the Sens are going back towards a record that's maybe a little bit more what's expected of them. So Yevgeny Dadonov scored from Thomas Chabot, then Galchenyuk scored from Connor Brown and Dadonov, and then Chris Tierney from Brady Tkachuk and Dadonov again. So Dadonov is doing everything for us. We are not getting a lot of offense from other lines, which is a problem. Maybe I should have gotten Evander Kane, but yeah, I don't think so. Alright, so we have one last game here coming into December, so one last chance to get some gameplay going. Yep, let's go ahead and get there. Chicago is placing Matthew Highmore on waivers. Would you like to claim him? I would not like to claim him. Alright, so Columbus is 20, 14, and 4, so very similar record to us. They have also been struggling a little bit of late, although not as bad as us. let's see. And they are completely healthy. Alright, so let's see what's going to happen. I would like a victory for the last game of the month. That would be nice. And now that we're gonna be entering January after that, that's when I'm gonna start looking at the trading blocks from other teams and everything, see what's available for trades, see if I can find somebody that I might be interested in, somebody that's youngish with a little bit of upside, so we'll see. Alright, so last game of the month, we are playing in Columbus against the Blue Jackets. And Columbus is up 1-0 here after 1. It's a Max Domi goal. And it is still 1-0 Columbus after 2. Heading into the third period, down 1. And we lost 4-1, so we are unable to win anymore. Alright, so Formanton did score, tie the game on Korpisalo, but then Columbus scored 3 unanswered. Max Domi again, Mikko Koivu, and then Zach Werenski all scored for Columbus, and we lost 4-1. Alright. So who assisted on the Formanton goal? Schlapik and Zub. Alright, so that's gonna be it for... Oh, and I am going to advance to January 1st. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and save the game for now. So we didn't get any gameplay again this time, so I make it a little bit random. I mean, it's still a pretty long video, so it is what it is. We will get gameplay again, it will happen, we just haven't had them in the last 2 videos, that's all. Again, I'm gonna look at the stats and everything prior to the next, or at the start of the next video, which means that for now I am going to call it a video. So I want to thank you for tuning in, and if you've liked the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.